Hello! Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild.
And Harley Designs. I think I'm streaming already.
Yeah, hopefully we're streaming.
Yes.
Audio quality,
Yeah, let's hear it.
probably.
Let's hear all of the issues that could have popped up already.
Echo.
Did you know that they already posted a video of it?
You guys know that the CEN came out already, right?
Right.
Why'd you even bother doing the news?
You see somebody already posted a video.
It's on every single channel except yours and mine. We're the only two RC clowns who didn't get early access to the Brodozer. I don't know why. I'm not sure why.
I'm pretty sure that there's all people who have done CEN stuff before. But either way, it was just the most annoying shit. Like, I posted in the news, and then all of the videos came out at the exact same time. And not a single person read the comments first and then posted. Everyone was just immediate word vomit. Somebody already posted the video.
Well, welcome to what's this show and how long have we been doing it?
Yes.
Too long, and nobody cares. But welcome everyone. Shout out where you're from. Do that thing. Do your thing.
Yes. And tonight
thing.
We'll be having Chris Hemistorm join us a little bit later.
Yeah, I checked in. He'll probably be ready in about 7 minutes or so. He was popping in the shower. It's 3 o'clock in the morning in Norway right now.
Oh, so he's just,
it's just getting up.
I'm trying to think of anybody on the internet who I would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to talk to.
It would have to be something pretty important.
It would have to. Or
that's why we're here. Josh, you are looking a little hot right now.
Let me. That was something I did not do, is adjust my Skype settings before.
We have to. It's a very in-depth process, and I know that Joe from EVGA did give us a sort of a possible fix, so we can use our good cameras through Skype. But there's still another workaround that we can't do. There you go. Don't change anything else.
Fixed it.
Nice.
It's the same fix that I have to do every week that never stays. So I have to.
Yeah, I know. It's the same with me. And for whatever reason, no matter how many times you adjust these things in Skype, it just says, "Oh, you're starting a new Skype plug. You'll probably want to fix everything on the camera that you use every single time."
That was some old stuff. That was last week.
Maybe you want to change things. Maybe you want to look horrible.
Right. Yes, Smoky, California checking in over there. Here.
Oh, man.
Anywhere in California.
Go.
Oh, it is. It looks like the apocalypse outside.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen a lot of pictures of like orange skies, pink skies, red skies.
Yeah.
It's and just freaky.
Vehicles covered in just absolute, it just rains or snows ash. Just.
Well, stay safe out there, okay?
Yeah.
Please.
Luckily, we don't really have any close to us right now, but there's still several not far from here. But like, we're not in an immediate risk right now. So
no, I want you guys to take it safe, and if you have to, go away. Take Nicole back to Missouri.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put her back on a plane. Like, try this again. This. Turn it off and back on again.
You're doing fine.
Yeah. Bags packed though, right? Yes. Yes. We have our
the bug out bag.
Basically.
Mine's just filled with gummy bears. Yes, thank you, JDMJDK. This is my new favorite Jeep Toyota themed shirt. These are available on the Teespring store, so if you also equally love Jeeps and Toyotas and like to annoy others, that's basically why I make these.
Yeah, and people just see that shirt and they're just like, "Do I want to start a conversation?" No, I don't. Never mind.
I don't want to talk to that guy.
Never mind. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, thoughts. Thank you, Scott Oblander, for his donation. Appreciate it.
Oh, wow. Really rolling in.
Matt's audio is trash.
No, it's not.
I also do not believe them. It's okay. But
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably just my voice. That's what he's reacting to.
I'm going to turn your level down just a little. But
Maybe I'm a little hot. It's always better.
right. Well,
What was I going to say? Something about the fires. Oh, so I guess one of them was started by a gender reveal firework.
yes, somebody with
display.
their pyrotechnic gender reveal party. That is a real thing. And I'm having OBS glitching, but hopefully that's not persistent. Anyway,
You've gotten smaller. Yeah.
We'll see.
It's probably just your internet.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's
just, we'll call him back if we need to.
Yeah, the line is hot. Yeah, so that was one. I mean, there's probably who knows how many. There's probably 50 fires around Kansas City or around California right now. So, but that was a good size one. So
yeah, that's unfortunate. It is pretty dry out there. I've been.
Yeah, and it's
things don't grow well.
Does not look great right now. So we'll see. No. But nonetheless, that's we're still just cranking along, and I still, like I've said to you this week, I feel lost right now without just the monthly mayhem, like full focus. Nothing else matters.
You've turned into a sliver of screen here. I know. It's so weird to not have anything to do or think about. Yeah, it's been pretty bonkers. It looks like you're cutting out entirely. Do you want to try calling me back?
It looked like it was my OBS as well. So I don't know that.
Okay. All right.
We'll see what it does.
There's only
going to be so much of.
Hi, Josh.
I see that my YouTube has done the same.
Oh dear. Wow, that's so strange that I'm not the one. Well, I have a donation and a $5 donation from Brent Heavner here. Use shoe goo to attach magnets to inside of Lexan truck. It ate through 2 layers of Tamiya paint. Any tips?
That's
sounds
an
like
one.
That is a new one. It sounds like maybe you put on that shoe goo too soon. Maybe your paint hadn't cured quite yet. That's the only thing I can think of. I've never had that trouble. Was it like shoe goo extreme or like shoe goo max or something?
Sure it wasn't goof off? Like
shoe goof off.
Right.
It's like extra strong.
Wrong bottle.
3DRC said, came here from Josh's stream. He looks way better over here. And you're literally like this little tiny strip right in the center of the screen. It's actually like you're looking through a keyhole.
Oh, perfect. Hey, we're good on my side again. I don't know what happened in yours.
All right. Well, I'm going to hang up on you and I'll call you right back.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks to Galen for the $5 donations, and don't move back to Oregon. Getting spicy here too. I've seen that. The Oregon having. Hold on. See if that fixes Matt.
And there you go. You're back.
There we go.
Welcome back.
Thank
you for joining us.
Yes. And technical support tonight is by. Already. What's the next monthly mayhem?
No, thank you. Not quite yet. I mean, not that I'm saying no.
Right. Not no, but just not now.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not now. Maybe later.
Give us just a little bit.
He's going away again. There's something wrong with your internet today, I'm telling you.
Oh, it's showing good on my side. Well, no, because I see my freaking spinny wheel on YouTube again.
Maybe I'll just get Hemistorm on here and we'll just not talk to Josh at all anymore.
Yeah, looks like how luckily we're going to go.
It's live. Bulgier says 1/64th scale, Josh.
Yeah. Thoughts, like actual, like we don't have one of the CEN 450s yet, but we should just go ahead and discuss it quickly.
Okay, real quick before Chris comes on, we'll just talk about this. Um, I'm not a fan of that style of truck, mostly because I like going off road, and those trucks are horrible in that condition.
Right.
On a technical side, um, I don't like the chassis layout. I'm probably going to get a lot of flack and flaming for it, but it just doesn't appeal to me, and it doesn't look like it's worth the money that people are paying.
Yeah, so it's $370, which that's not necessarily that much, for, compared to some. But at the same time, like it doesn't look like it really stacks up construction or anything or feature or whatever you're getting compared to almost. I mean, compared to things that are $299. So I don't hate the style. I
No.
I kind of I don't mind that style of truck in the real world. However, the painted stickered windows, the decals on it, and honestly, the whole like 3-piece chassis rail to make it one piece, like if anybody thinks they're going to tow with it, that thing is going to buckle in half.
Oh,
Like
no.
it looks so flimsy as far as
Yeah.
that goes. If you're just going to use it as like it is, though, I kind of see it. Like maybe I'll still buy one.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, like
I don't have any use for it.
I'm very torn. I don't have any use for it either, but I have lots of things that are totally useless. Like, it's
Well,
so do you. You have a steam engine powered 6x6 that's like.
Right. Phantom Works, I think, just said it best. He said $100 in the car is the licensed body.
Yeah,
And, I mean, probably not that much, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put a lot of money into that license.
I would imagine the licensing was not cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I just don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't do much for me.
Yep.
Like, I still might buy one, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sold on it, is all. And it's mostly just because I don't have a reason for it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I can make a reason for any of the other stuff. Like the reason for the steam truck is I made it to do something different, to try something crazy. But, to get that, it's not like I'm buying this because I love that style of truck. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, we can make things worthless way better.
Yeah, exactly. You want us to do something nobody wants.
Yeah. Oh.
Got you there.
It's scaled. They should have sent you guys. Yeah, CEN's a basher company, so like I imagine they dealt with people who they normally deal with. I get that totally.
Yeah, I'm not offended, and it's not for that reason that I'm saying I don't like it. I personally don't like the look of it, and chassis wise, it's not like I can do anything with it. So
yeah, I feel like that chassis is not gonna be stellar, but
no.
I don't know. I feel like I should.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I still just don't know. I feel like I should have it. I don't know why. My biggest concern is that I'm not going to be able to put it on one of the shelves here without it hitting the next truck. So
yeah,
it
is quite. It's long and wide. It's huge because I saw somebody. I think it was A Main in their thumbnail. They had an SEX24 in the bed.
Right. Yeah, which is not a small. It's bigger than my long wheelbase Unimog.
Right. Yeah. It's a monster.
That's pretty long. So
pretty long. That's what she said. All right. Should we get this guy on here now?
Yeah. See if he's had his coffee yet.
Okay. Hang on. Let me find him in my extra long list of people here.
Next Monthly Mayhem should be making the CEN F450 a tractor pulling rig. I don't feel like that is a very appropriate vehicle for anything Mayhem. I don't feel like we would end up with anything left out of anything that it had other than the body. Like
Yeah. All right. I'm calling him. So hang on, everybody.
Yes. Now you're a sliver.
No, you're a sliver. You got bigger, actually. You're back to normal almost. We're calling him. Hopefully he's out of the shower now.
The F-450 a drift truck. Yeah, I think it's
Here he
basically
comes.
useless as that as it is, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I need to.
Yeah, we got to change the properties.
Yeah.
There he is. Hello.
Hello, I can't see you, but I can see me for some reason.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. Well, don't worry about that.
We're getting there. We just have to go through
Yeah, we just gotta. There's a lot of changing of settings here, but we're getting you set up here. Don't worry.
Yeah, take your time to get out all the echoes and whatnot.
Welcome.
Let's not count on that.
Yeah, that's not ever gonna change. Let's make sure. Chris, can you say a few words just to make sure our levels are good?
A few words.
Hey, all right. Welcome to the show, Chris. Thank you for joining us.
I can't see you, but if all is working well on your end, then it's totally fine with me.
I think that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Imagine that we're here. And
I've seen both of you guys before, so I kind of know what you look like.
Yeah.
Imagine the two ugliest men you've ever seen.
I'm thinner now.
Yeah, I saw that too. I'm thicker now, so.
It's all the non-smoking. You've added weight.
Yeah, definitely.
We've taken it away. But it's really nice to have you here on the show.
Combined, we still weigh the same, I guess. Right. So.
Thanks for picking up the slack.
Yeah, it was very kind of you to add those extra pounds on.
Yeah.
Now, hey, I guess if there's anybody out there who isn't familiar with who Chris DeGraff is, Hemistorm, maybe you could introduce yourself to our viewers and say a few words about why you're interested in this hobby.
Well, I'm Chris. I got started in large scale with this hobby. And I like painting stuff, so I guess that's as brief as of an introduction as I can give. I'm from Europe, as you might hear. So I used to live in Holland. Now I live in Norway. And I really like every aspect of the hobby. So I got started more on the basher side actually, and kind of evolved that into the more scale side of things as well. And I'm having great fun with it.
I think that's a pretty good introduction. You like to paint things, but that's just ever so small a way of saying that you are a master painter of Lexan. I think that's fair to say.
With spray cans even.
Yeah, not even an airbrush. You just use aerosol. It's incredible.
Well, thank you. That is kind. Now I can see Matt at least. I followed the stream earlier and I saw like a sliver of Josh.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure if I'm still looking at a sliver of Josh or not.
Yeah, there's something wrong with Josh's feed today, which is good because usually it's on my side.
Yeah, because usually it's Matt's.
Usually a Canadian thing.
What's that?
It's usually a Canadian thing.
Yeah. I think it's just because there's so many more layers of permafrost that the wires have to get through.
Yeah.
I saw one of these comments pop up early, and I think it's one of those things that has to be just checked before the beginning of all of these streams, and that is, Chris, I don't know if you've seen yet, have you tried to watch Flying Cars? I can tell by...
Have I tried to see what? Flying Cars?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a movie that came out not too long ago. And it's all about RCs.
Hold on. Is it it's the RC. It's the RC movie.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I have seen. I think I have actually seen Matt give a brief review of it. That was devastating. That I had absolutely zero interest to actually see it.
Oh, you got to go and watch it because it's so much more than an RC video. It's
is it like Is it like really some sort of like camp style documentary that is so wrong that you just need to see it?
Well, it is very wrong, and you do need to see it, but it's not a documentary.
Okay.
It's a love story.
Okay, I like that.
It's a rom-com.
I know that back in the day with a friend of mine with Reed. You know Reed, Harley.
Oh yeah, yes, I do.
Yeah, and Reed and I, we worked together on some project at some point, and Reed was really like deep into Hollywood and knowing people over there, and he at some point he had this idea of starting this RC movie, and he had like this whole script laying around with he also had like people casted already in his head, like Will Ferrell and whatnot.
Oh,
and it was actually pretty hilarious. So it was kind of like Step Brothers type of scenario, but with like RC cars and with like parking lot fights and like hot moms and whatnot.
It sounds exactly like my RC life.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
well, then I might go check it out, actually.
You should check out my flying car. You should check out Flying Cars. It's not great, but it's one of those types of movies that sticks with you because it is not great.
Okay, yeah.
You ask yourself a lot of questions after you've watched it, so check it out, and we'll have you back on, and then you can do an official review of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it'll be worth your time, or we'll refund your $6.
So where is it? Is it on like Amazon Prime or something?
Yeah, I think it's on Amazon now, and it's definitely on iTunes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I got it on iTunes, but
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go check it out.
Yeah. So I know it's really super late there, and it's really nice that you got up in the middle of the night to hang out with us.
Problem. In case people wonder, it is currently 3:24 in the morning over there.
But you even went into your
like, hey, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play with my nerdy friends for a bit in my cave of childish wonder.
You're like, shh, go back to sleep, nerd stuff.
Yeah. For those who haven't seen, they should go watch the build or the last update from your new studio facility. I don't know what you want to. It's more than a studio, workshop, compound, studio, guest quarters.
It's
so impressive.
Like more impressive is that Chris, you built it with your two bare hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I had like we had an old they call it an annex over here. So that's basically it's an extra building in which you can house some of the stuff that you would also have in your regular house, but not all of it, if that makes any sense. So you can, for example, you can make an extra bedroom in it, or an office, or what I did here, like a hobby room. But you can't have, for example, and a bathroom and a kitchen in it, because then you would be able to actually consider it a separate facility.
Ah, okay.
But in that, I'm pretty lucky, since I am, of course, from Holland, and my mom actually lives in France. I do have guests over at times in the form of my parents or my sister. And then they have like a good place to stay as well, without everybody being like too like annoyingly close to each other. So this building will also get its own bathroom, for example, because I mean it's easier for me to have like a roll-in kitchen to put all the amenities in there than to put in like a separate roll-in mobile bathroom, because that just doesn't work.
Yeah, you don't want to forget where you put that one. That's
what?
I think if I had guests over, I would just go stay out there. Like you guys can have mine. I'll be out.
I'm gonna stay in my workshop with all of my toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, this is a really nice place to actually hang out, because it is so. I live in the middle of the forest. It's so quiet. And I don't know. Since I built it from the ground up, I could also like add some touches to make it a bit more Dutch. So there's a lot lot of traditional carpentry going on as well.
Yeah, there is, and that's what your original like trade is, right? Your carpenter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm a carpenter by trade, and with my dad, we always used to do renovation and restoration stuff in like really old houses. So I'm talking about stuff from 1700.
Wow.
A lot of those of that stuff I actually put to use over here. So I built my own staircase. I really went like all out on doing as much as possible myself.
Europe has been around a lot
I
longer.
did everything myself, but yeah.
Yeah, we don't have any stuff that old here.
No, it all catches on fire here, so.
They all tore. Well, here they tore it all down for condos.
First kindling in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's super impressive. And you know, I know you had to make the video a reasonable length when you put it up. Like you and I were just talking when you were kind of finishing it, and just some of the detail, just some of the doors you redid and reused, and how much that went into some of that stuff is just that's incredible.
Yeah, you know, I've at first I started to film the build process, and then I kind of came to the conclusion that it's slowed me down so much, also in not just with filming, but also with editing and whatnot, that I thought after I poured the concrete and I put up the framework, because I do actually sit on quite a bit of footage, but I thought, you know what, there's absolutely, it's impossible to teach somebody in a couple of videos how to build a building or whatnot. Plus, regulations are like different everywhere.
Right.
And most likely the type of the length that you need to go through to over here doesn't really make sense in some other parts of the world. I'm not sure how many people I have watching from Kenya, for example, on my channel, but I can imagine that you can build a lot simpler over there.
Yeah, the
probably.
building codes, you know, little different, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at some point I just cut out the filming, and well, then before I knew it, I was done, sort of. Yeah.
Right. It sounds like
I
every
want to
build
highlight some stuff like afterwards, just to show it perhaps in some greater detail. Yeah, because it is a funny building, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and just some of the things that you want to continue to do in the shop. I think just that little part of the room will be interesting to see. You know, seeing how you start integrating some of the other pieces that you were hoping to bring in, and you know, where you're going to put your router and lighting and all the other stuff.
Yeah, I saw that you got a router as well, and
I did.
That to me is such a cool machine, and it has so many possibilities. It was just the way that it was set up, which was in my living room on the dining room table. It of course didn't make any sense, and nobody really got happy when I put that thing on to route something for a couple of hours. And over here, I actually built the staircase around a place where I can fit the router on a drawer. So that's going to be, I think, pretty sweet. I still need to install that drawer. I want to do some 3D printing, while inspired by you guys. I want to do that in the workshop area. So I got a workshop area next door where I also do my painting. And that way I can have everything that potentially causes a health hazard, like, for example, paint 3D printing, whether that be a regular PLE or ABS or resin printing or whatnot, to do all of that over there, so I don't have any of those toxins in the air over here.
Smart.
Yep, always nice to have. You know, I just leave mine, sits right here next to me, and I just sit here and giggle after a while. But
yeah,
it's normal to see things other than the things that are being printed, right?
Yeah, I see what you're smelling. I know.
Whoa, man!
Yeah,
This printer's making unicorns.
I'm gonna go fold the dishes.
The printer's opening your pineal gland.
Right. Oh boy. Should we talk about the game that we have planned for tonight?
We should. I think that
Okay.
is the this, for you here as well, Chris, I think I had told Matt about this slightly. So he's got slight bit more of heads up than you do. But
Okay.
I told Matt we have to come up with we each have to pick 5 people, all right? 5 RC people to build our scale version of some RC vehicle that we'll choose. Or just our, a movie vehicle of some sort. Matt, which one were you picking? You choose it.
On a vehicle? Oh, shoot. Now
Yes.
I'm on this. I wasn't really prepared for that. Ah, man. Okay. I don't know if Chris is familiar with The Fall Guy. Are you familiar with that show? Starring
No.
Lee Majors?
Oh.
Okay. Maybe we should do something a little more modern then.
Yes, we should. What about the off-road Challenger from off-road Charger from the Fast and Furious 7 or 8?
Oh, the black one with the red stripe.
Yep, rallied out kind of.
Yeah, that one.
All tubed out pre-runner style. You're building a scale version of that. Draft style though. And you have to pick one videographer. None of us can be on our own team or on anybody else's team. So round robin style, you got to pick fabricators, builders, painters, and somebody to video and put it all out at the end. So I think it's kind of you're a bit of an RC fantasy league good whatever thing. But we'll make Matt go first, picking whoever he would choose out of this type of thing.
We might have to because it looks like Chris is frozen a bit.
Yeah, he's popping in and out a little bit.
Okay, I thought I can hear Josh cutting out a bit, so I'm not sure if my connection is bad or not.
It's everyone's connection tonight.
Okay.
So,
but if
Matt,
you can hear us, you can. I'm going first.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
I
have
can
to go first.
absolutely hear you. If you can hear me fine, then that's totally cool.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm gonna pick. Pardon My Noob for the bodywork. Obviously.
Of course.
So duh. That pick is awesome.
You just get to pick one at a time, though.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Otherwise, you'll just cherry pick, from the top.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Okay. Pardon My Noob. That's my choice for the body.
So,
am I now for bodywork or is Josh?
No, we'll go with you, Chris.
Then I will go with Scott.
Scott Lempert.
Scott Lemper.
Yeah, good choice. Wow.
Really good choice, and
really good choice.
But honestly, I thought I was going to I thought I was going to be able to sneak that choice in because I was absolutely dead set that Chris was going to say Wes.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, why is he not choosing Wes?
I was like,
yeah.
I knew first round. I'm like, I know already what these guys are going to pick. I know Matt's going to go with Richard.
Don't we need to pick some more guys to work on the car?
We do, but I just knew what first round was going to be. I knew Matt was going to right away go and pick Richard. Like it was an obvious one.
Well, you better not pick Wes then, because Wes is also coming in my list of choice.
I'm stealing it. Wes is my choice for me.
Son of a gun. All right. Okay. All right. And now it's my pick again, right?
Yep.
So am I allowed to pick somebody in this group for my next pick?
Nope.
Oh, shoot. All right.
Mainly because I didn't want my feelings hurt by nobody choosing me. So.
All right. Okay. All right. So if it's a styrene body that's been chosen and builded, and this is a Charger, right? Charger. Who am I going to get? I'm going to get somebody to paint it that isn't Chris, because I mean, no offense, and I would pick you if I was allowed, but
Styrene, you best not. But I got a lot of learning to do over there.
He doesn't know why it never came out. He kept painting the inside, and it never got shot.
Yeah, that van body that you guys have seen, that's already fully painted on the inside, actually.
Crap, I forgot.
16 layers of paint and all those masks. Oh, man. I'm going to choose, I think I'm going to choose RC Patina Guy for my paint.
Okay.
I've seen his stuff on the internet, and it looks pretty good.
I am gonna go with let's see for paint. Well, despite it being a styrene body, but I'd be interested to see what he can do with it. I will be going with RC Motorsports.
Ah, okay, good choice.
So that's more, I guess, if people are not on Instagram, that's more of an Instagram guy. But I would like to see what he could do with the styrene body.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'd like to see that too.
So I'm gonna go a little more out there on the paint side. I'm gonna pick Otaka.
Oh, that's
wow.
fun. Yeah.
That's a good choice. Oh shoot!
Good choice.
Right?
Yeah.
Darn it, that's a good choice.
Yes. If you guys don't know who Otaka is, he's out of Japan. Maybe?
Japan.
Possibly.
Japan.
He's a hell of a scratch builder as well. But his
God.
paint work is amazing. His detail in general, but I'm just saying, like, that's a steal of a choice.
Crumbs. Yeah, that is good. That is good.
So
all right.
you gotta have someone come up. You gotta have a base to put this, scratch built painted body on, though.
So now we're into chassis work then.
Yep.
Well, I had a good choice and I forgot it. It was like bar none. I was like, that's perfect. I'm gonna win. Darn it. Maybe I should pass.
Okay.
Can I pass?
Sure.
Then for the chassis, I would go with Sycon XC.
Oh, yeah. Nice choice.
Good choice.
Because he's second to none in setting up suspension and making it move realistically. And I think if you put a good videographer on that as well, you got a pretty great combo.
Son of a gun, that's a good choice.
I'm gonna go UC Fab.
Yeah.
Tube work and accuracy. He's pretty good at nailing lines, replicas.
True.
Like, I think.
Does he have a circle maker though? Because I think
listen,
it's gonna come in.
This is when you gotta get to think. We gotta start thinking hard. Sometimes you gotta
Gotta get it. You gotta get your thinking.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go a little bit more traditional scratch build chassis guy. I'm going Tim Samuels.
There you
War
go.
Pig.
War Pig.
Yeah. I think that would be my choice.
That's a good choice.
That Sycon XC, that was a good choice, Chris.
You had time to prep this, so I don't get it.
Look.
You
Josh
should be like
came up
5
with this
steps
game.
ahead of me.
I
And
know.
is Josh still like a sliver, or is Josh like full screen?
He's full screen now.
And I can't see you guys, so
I'm really sorry that you can't, because we're having a great time here.
yeah. And I'm afraid if I put up an extra screen, that the connection will cut out.
Right.
Yeah, probably. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we on to next?
Let's see.
Next
We have one more person that's got to be in this build. I mean, technically, you need somebody to make it run.
So electronics, man.
Drivetrain, electronics. I mean, you could even start. I mean, like Chris was saying, his chassis guy, kind of a setup guy as well, especially for that. Like, you're in
Okay, so for should we break it up into electronics?
Well, you only got one more builder.
All right, I'm choosing Michael Pham for my electronics installation.
That is some very clean work there.
Yeah, exactly. That's because, I mean, my work is pretty clean. His work is next level clean.
Right.
I would pick Rod Newhouse. Is that a name that rings a bell for you guys?
Does he have a screen name that I'm missing?
Rod is RC Physics, and Rod is I think he is an MIT scholar.
Yes, you know what? I used his channel for the OMG 63 build. I watched a ton of his physics videos because I was like, I'm not a physics.
And he is a really, apart from just being like really super smart, with all of the electronic stuff. He's a really nice dude.
Yeah, very nice man, from what I can tell on his channel.
Absolutely.
Good choice. Great choice.
Yeah, that is an interesting one. I feel like I've got to go with Holmes seems like
John Robert Holmes. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Right, like hometown, home state at least. Like,
oh, because he's in Missouri.
Right.
I need to pick someone from the home state.
There's only like 9 of us there. So.
In total, right? Like in the whole state.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a good challenge right there.
Yes.
I feel like we nailed that one.
And then
this
the
is
last
a game
thing.
we're gonna play again.
Last thing, you have to have your video guy, though.
Oh shoot. Video. Yeah. I'm going to choose Kitris RC. He's been working with Arma a lot lately.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
He is absolutely a talented guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe despite his, release times.
Yeah. a little premature on the jump, but
apparently he was a little early on the release on the.
Oh, was he?
On the felony. Yeah.
But, was he like before anybody else?
Yeah.
Before Arma and everybody.
It was before Arma. So yeah. But that's who I would choose, provided he knows how to use a watch now. I'm only kidding. I'm not. I doubt he even watches this channel. He's more into the bashing side of things anyway. But yeah, that would be my choice.
Yeah.
And
let's see. For me, it would kind of be a coin toss between what's his name? Is it Corey Drakenberger?
Oh yeah.
Just because I like the way that he is great in narrating a story, and he is great in catching like an adventure feeling. But I'm thinking that for this purpose and for having like a spectacular video, I'm thinking that I would have to go with K-pop.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, really. Yeah, because if K-pop makes an action-packed video, K-pop is one of the first people that I actually saw drag out GoPro footage to the point where it actually became mesmerizing with all the edit frames and whatnot.
Right. Okay. All right. I can see that. I mean, his large-scale rally car that he did, that thing was pretty sick.
I've seen some of his stuff.
The weird thing there, I think, on his channel is that you see some stuff getting traction, maybe for like obvious reasons because it's like tied to a large YouTuber or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then other stuff is kind of, I feel, very underrated, and it doesn't get the traction that it perhaps deserves.
Yeah, it's interesting how that stuff can ebb and flow, and I think we can all say that what we think is going to be like. This is going to be my 100K video, and you get like 1,000 views. You're like,
yeah.
Why am I so wrong?
I think we have all three, seeing that we've all been doing this for quite some time. We've all three perhaps been taken by surprise by some videos doing really well,
right?
And then like other videos where you put in like a ton of effort. Mm-hmm. Like in every single aspect of it, not just in the production, but also in editing and whatnot. And then it kind of like flatlines at 10,000 views, after like 3 years.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
Yeah. Okay, well, but no, that's a very good choice as well. I like that choice. So your toss up is between those two. Josh, have you watched any of Corey's stuff? He does a lot of the documentaries for. Like any of the big races, Proline uses them a lot too.
Proline had a really nice, I think.
It was Axial Fest 2016.
Oh, is he like 5150?
Yeah, that's
production.
It.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know exactly who he is then.
Yeah.
So
he's from Saskatchewan.
Oh, I did not know that.
Believe it or not, yeah, which blows my mind.
Okay, yeah. So I know exactly who he is.
And he has a good eye for what to pick out and still keep it at a reasonable pace.
Yeah,
super entertaining. But like, if I were a racer, I would like those are the only videos I'd watch for sure.
Yeah, I think for what I would want to do or how I would want to see it, I'd have to go with I don't know what his name, Waffet.
Waffet? Yeah, Waffet RC. That's it. Yeah.
I don't know what his name is, I just
It is Waffet.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's his real name.
Right. Okay.
No, his real name is Waffet.
Okay, that's Waffet for sure.
No, sorry, guys. His real name is Waffle. It's Waffle.
He's just short. Waffet's short.
He's also from Amsterdam. No, I don't know. That's a really good choice too. And for my B choice, I would choose Kaisun RC, who was also mentioned here in the chat. He does a lot of really cool stuff. He's from South Korea, I think, and films a lot of really nice videos, actually. A lot of trail videos.
So, yeah, that was...
Wow. What a fun challenge that was. What a game.
Right. I think so as well.
Thank you for playing.
Still not sure if I'm okay with Josh snatching Wes away there. But
yeah, those first rounders, right?
Yeah, you made the choice.
I thought I'll just put Scott in over here because then you don't get Scott.
I knew for sure I was going to get Scott. Like, done.
Yeah, done deal. I already knew who was picking who for that first round. That was an easy one.
Yeah.
Actually, I messaged Scott this week because I saw some monstrosity coming by on like a full-sized GMC page. You know, every time I see something get so hideously awkward that I think,
Scott should build that. Yeah.
Scott wants to build that. 100% sure. So.
One thing to clear up here in the comments, Bucks RC World thinks there was some mention of CCXRC in Tony's videos, who he does great stuff too. It's not that we don't know who he is. We definitely watch his stuff, and we know Tony very well and have a lot of conversations with him. So yeah, don't think that we're like hating on Tony because he likes that CEN weirdo truck. Oh. I hope he's watching.
Yeah.
Chris, have you seen that CEN Ford F450 dually thing that came out yesterday?
Yes. Are you going to ask me a question about it? Please do. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see that thing hitting strong anywhere but the U.S. I'm just gonna say to start this conversation, but I would be interested to hear what Chris thinks of.
Yeah, it's not necessarily.
I've never seen such painfully hard tires on a ready-to-run RC that wasn't intended to perhaps bounce around or look that way.
Yeah,
and I'm really intrigued by the level of. I will just call it childlike mechano skills that is going on the frame rails. Yeah. Because there's a lot of fasteners in there, and I cannot see that adding a lot of strength. No. But if you have the only scenario in which I see that truck actually making sense, if you have a Spartan, for example, like a boat, and you need a boat trailer.
Right.
There you go.
And apart from that, and it being on the shelf, most likely, yeah.
Yeah, the fact that chassis got past the idea board. Like, here's what we have a chassis, but do you guys remember?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Erector set? Like, hear me out.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah,
put it together.
Yeah, it was an odd choice on a lot of different levels.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably like, okay, we want to do this. We got the license, but how can we maximize?
What I don't get is I have one of their Reapers, and their Reaper was like so obviously based off a Ford Raptor. I mean, they even tried it a bit with the name Reaper.
Right.
And then that thing was not licensed, and they would have really, I think, sold a ton of those trucks if that thing would have been licensed. And now they have a license, and then they kind of, I feel like they half-assed it a tiny bit, because if they would have added some front light buckets and like a grill piece and like a chrome bumper front and back and clear windows, it would have looked a lot more acceptable already. And I think people
for sure.
would have been willing to pay like $400 for it instead of the $369 that they're charging right now.
Yep.
So I just see a lot of missed opportunities.
Tony, CCXRC just checked in. Hi, Tony. He said they're sold out in Texas and Florida.
Yeah.
yeah, it is very donk.
Hey, donks are cool, but
Easy.
Yeah, if you have a flood going on, it's absolutely one of the most practical vehicles you can have.
All right.
Well, feeling it through the home state.
I'm glad we asked you about that because that was weighing heavy on my mind.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people's opinions or other people were seriously curious about what you thought about it too. So you started out in the 5th scale or large scale world, right?
Well, I started out when I was like really, really, really young with a Tamiya, with like one of those regular rally cars, and then life started to happen. So I bought my first house and whatnot. So I got sidetracked for a really long time. Then I wanted to have an HPI Baja, but I couldn't quite justify the cost if it would be something that would just be like a passing hobby, if that makes any sense. So what I did then is I bought an HPI Firestorm, which is a nitro car, and I kind of promised myself, okay, if I run this, if I still run it after a year, I'm going to buy myself an HPI Baja. So that's kind of how it happened. So that Firestorm, I used that thing, blisters everywhere. It could be nitro. You will never see me ever buy or use a nitro car ever again.
What? They're so fun. What's wrong?
Yeah,
False.
they're really fun to watch other people fool around with them on YouTube, and otherwise they're really zero fun.
I think we all remember my video of me starting.
Which I actually still have. So it sits.
Oh, nice.
There.
Very cool.
yeah, I think.
Hey, real quick, sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to mention a comment here. G Mummy wanted to say, Chris, you're his inspiration for stopping smoking. You helped save his life.
Hey.
Well, that is so
Pretty
cool
awesome.
to hear. Really,
Yeah.
that's those comments are really the coolest comments to read. I'm really glad that I managed to quit smoking because my smoking was pretty much out of control. It was like one of the only things in life that I did not have a handle on at all.
Right.
Um,
That's
yeah.
pretty amazing. Good for you, and good for you, G Money. Mummy. G Money. And so you went from like the 5th scale, and was that like where did this painting talent come from? Was this just like something that was just kind of always underneath poverty?
No, literally poverty. No, I could not afford. I could not afford a custom painted body. So then I thought, well, I would just give it a go myself. And then there was back then. I'm talking 2007, I guess. There wasn't a lot of info about how to custom paint bodies. So I kind of needed to figure it out on my own because everybody who did manage to paint, they were all really secretive about it. And everybody was convinced that you needed an airbrush and you needed a liquid mask and a plotter and all that stuff. So then I managed to kind of figure out how to layer paint and also how to kind of perfect my cutting, or at least do everything in one go.
Yeah, that's
and then it
it's
kind of
really
went from
nice.
there. It kind of developed from there because I really enjoy being creative and making something.
And it shows, man. I still have one of your bodies here somewhere. The great thing about my studio, and I know you won't be able to see this, but I can reach everything without having to get out of my chair because it's such a small room. So I'm going to get out one of my Hemistorm bodies here to show everybody on the channel. One of my pride and joys that I'll never get rid of. But it was for the Yeti actually, and this is a martini themed paint job.
Yeah, that
he
was
actually
a fun one.
he cut all of this stuff by hand. There's no plotters. There's no crickets used. All of this stuff is just paint and masking tape, which is super incredible. And I'm honored to have one of his pieces in my collection. Yeah.
Yes, I will say that I have. Let me see. You can talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Yeah, and Chris, it's one of those things like watching one of your videos. You're familiar with ASMR, right?
With what?
ASMR. It's like that, audio, when you put headphones on, you listen to someone like crinkle paper or whatever, and you get like a nice
yeah. Yeah.
Watching your paint videos is a lot like that, where you get the crackle of the can as you shake it, and then the spraying and everything. It's just like it's music to my ears watching you work. It's so great.
Well, that is really nice to hear.
I remember I watched a Hemistorm video late at night at some point, and all of a sudden I was just like, So I went on Amazon and I like bought this like USB lighted board thing, and
I have one of those too.
a roll of this mask you're supposed to use to like trim and cut stuff, and
And
this
a bunch of orange paint.
yeah. Yeah. And then I cut every single layer of orange to be masked independently. And,
To blend together.
and I don't know if I've ever even plugged this thing in.
Oh man.
Because it was just like, no, you don't need plotters. You just take this thing and you cut it by hand. And I was just like, that doesn't seem. And I was just like, I'm never going to do that. That's never going to happen.
To be fair, I also have one of those, and I have used it because up until last weekend, I didn't, or 2 weekends ago now, I guess, I didn't have a Cricut. So I would cut all my own masks, and I did some decent bodies myself, nothing to the Hemistorm level, but it's constantly one of those things where you're inspired, and it forces you to learn more and forces you to get better and practice more often. And the great thing about Chris's channel is that it's all there. You can watch a video on him painting and pick up everything you need to do a really great job, given enough time and practice, of course.
Yeah, it's easy. Just watch the video. Just do
Well,
There are some.
What's difficult for me is I always try to, for myself, raise the bar a tiny bit, but you end up making videos that are at risk of being a bit too complicated if somebody is new to a channel. So that is definitely something that I'm gonna work on in the future. That I'm gonna also like step back and do some more of the basic stuff, because of course if you have a basher body, it doesn't make any sense to go painting all your shut lines or whatnot.
No.
Yeah, I
guess that's the thing.
I don't think that you'll be able to go far enough down in level to a point where I'm going to really absorb it. But
I will, in your honor, I will do something with an orange body.
But the challenge for you, Chris, is that you can only use a 2-inch brush.
Yeah, I brush paint everything now. I find it to be more.
Yeah.
gives it an air of vintage. It's like It's like people who make everything out of pallets and call it fancy. Yeah. It's the equivalent of building all of your furniture out of pallets. Like,
or Josh, you'll be able to sell all your bodies on Regretsy instead of Etsy.
Wow. RC Dave over here had a question. He said, please ask Hemistorm what it takes to get a painted body from him. A raffle, giveaway, price. What that would be the ultimate Shelf Queen body to be never used. I think that really the only way to get, bodies from Hemistorm is to go through his Patreon that he supports very heavily.
God, I hate Patreon.
you say anything about that before?
No. You know, I think, well, people like who are fortunate enough to have like an audience like us. I think there's so many ways to not have a Patreon, to put it like that.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to offer a lot of really engaging and original and unique content to have a Patreon.
I mean, you should. I don't know if you
you should. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I always think if you start having a Patreon, I don't see how you would live up to having those perks for your audience or whatnot. I see you can now also have like this join possibility on your YouTube channel where people can become a member.
Right.
I guess that's like a new level of Patreonism, if that is a word.
Yeah, but I don't know how that one works. I don't know if that one's just like a support thing, which is different, where you're not doing the whole separate
like
extra
you guys do
content
as well.
and,
like if you have the opportunity to set up like a Teespring store, for example, there's plenty of opportunity to actually sell some merchandise, for example, and have people get something in return actually for showing their support.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
Yep. It's one of those things where, I mean, if people want to buy the merch, then they buy the merch, and I don't.
But I mean, then they actually get something back, and it's not like you have this recurring monthly payment that, and then you have perks on a Patreon that nobody else has.
Right.
And if you also see the level of those perks, like, if you become like a gold member for, I don't know, or a platinum member for like $100 a month, then we can have a private Skype chat. I'm like, who has that?
Right. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, it's as close to OnlyFans as you can get.
Right.
Funny you say that,
mail,
because
right?
Moose Jaw RC here said you should, your OnlyFans page is coming soon.
Yeah, exactly.
all feet pics.
Yeah, JDK said Josh starts an OnlyFans page, loses money.
Yes. No, it would just be all Sookie. It's okay.
And what? Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So, what were we talking about? How did we get to that?
I don't know.
We were talking about someone being interested in actually Chris's bodies and things like that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The ways Chris sells his body.
Yeah, you don't sell your bodies, do you?
No. I actually, I still have kind of everything that you've ever seen on my channel.
Wow.
Like literally every single truck and every single body and every single car that you've ever seen on my channel, I kind of still have it. So
that's impressive. No wonder you need another.
Yeah, well, no, that's like creating a problem, because that means that you need to start building stuff like this in your garden. Literally house it somewhere.
Where did Hemistorm the name come from?
Oh, yeah, good question.
Oh, well, that's the HPI Firestorm that I mentioned previously. And I put a Hemicuda, a Plymouth Hemicuda body on it. And
the old HPI body.
That doesn't fit. So then I made that fit, and then I kind of blended the two things together to have like a forum name back in the day on like an HPI forum. So that's when Hemistorm, that's where that fused together.
Right.
And I registered the domain and kind of took it from there, because I'm not sure if everybody knows this, but I used to make parts for large scale RC cars. So I made axle boots, but I also made body shells, and I made brake hexes and like the craziest stuff. And that took off so much that at some point I needed to kind of choose between my day job, which was carpentry, or the RC car stuff.
Yeah, wow. That was all 5th scale stuff. So you were doing 5th scale body switcher.
Yeah, and 5th scale at the time, it was like insane. There was such an amount of people actually almost religiously practicing that part of the hobby.
Yeah.
That at big events, like for example, back in the day, then you had Hostile Fest, which was with Hostile Racing. I'm not sure.
Was that the one out in like Pennsylvania? In the
Yeah, that could be. They had Turtle had some sort of turtle racing. They had some sort of race, big fest, and you had Fat Dad. I mean, a lot of these people are perhaps people that I didn't see eye to eye with at all back in the day. But I mean, there were a lot of events being organized and being put up.
Yeah, and then so yeah, most of it was around the Baja, right?
Yeah.
Did you do any of the fifth scale on-road stuff?
This is like before the Losi 5T came out, and
right.
Before that you kind of only had the HPI Baja. HPI did so incredibly well back then that we had like fully organized 24-hour challenges, which is a race that I back then attended in Germany, where there was so much money being thrown around by HPI as a company, with it being like fully catered, and it was like insane. They had like an entire off-road, what do you call it? An off-road park completely rented out just for us to be able to have a 24-hour race with those HPI bars, for which a custom track was built, and it was just madness.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
The fifth scale stuff,
so
it really
those
was
some
crazy
pretty
to see.
cool memories actually for me. And then when the Losi 5 came out, I had just sold my house in Holland. So I was actually fortunate enough to bring quite some money from there. And that's when I thought, you know what, if I ever want to make my own body shell, like actually produce it, then this is the time to do it, because right now I actually have the money myself to go and invest it. So then I decided to take that risk and produce what was called the Penta body for the Losi 5.
Yeah,
and that was a big success.
Well, it did okay. I got my investment back after only basically a couple of months.
Wow, holy cow!
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, especially for what it takes to put something like it was together. And so
yeah.
What are you doing now? I mean, what do you do?
What do you
do when you're not getting up at 3 a.m. to talk to?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I've worked for Castle for a couple of years as a brand manager, and right now I'm actually getting back in the swing of things with carpentry.
Nice. Yeah, that's
just because when building this, I came to the conclusion that it was really that I've really missed doing this type of stuff. And sometimes you need to step away from stuff for a while to actually appreciate what it is, I guess.
Yep, absolutely. That's a really good kind of mantra to live by too.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to kind of a half it. So I'm going to do half of what I usually do, and I'm going to do half carpentry. Just because I have that opportunity to actually balance it that way.
Oh, that's great. It's really nice when you also because you love carpentry. There's no doubt about it, right? Like you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It always makes me feel really, really close to my parents as well. Even if I don't have them like physically close or whatever, just because my dad has taught me absolutely everything when it comes to carpentry. So whenever I'm working alone, I always kind of hear him in the back of my head going, "Oh, watch your fingers," or make sure that you actually clamp that down, or you know what I mean. It's just odd the way that works. So it's very calming to me as well, carpentry, and it's a lot of improv and troubleshooting, and a lot of the times you need to actually come up and engineer a solution for problems that occur. So that's always a fun challenge, I think.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how the difference between how things are built. here, like, United States versus, Europe and, Norway where you're at, like you were showing some of how you were actually using some things more from your, Holland and, but just to see the different types of construction techniques is pretty incredible.
Yeah, definitely.
The difference of
when I was at the last Axial Fest, which I attended, which was in 2018, I actually walked around the neighborhood, and there was quite a bit of construction going on where I was staying, and it was really fun to see guys putting up framework and whatnot, and to see some of the similarities, but also a lot of the differences, because it also greatly depends on what type of materials you can get where you are actually at. I think that's fun with building, is that you see above the ground, you see what is actually around or in the ground. That's also why I never get people that I'm going completely off the rails there, but I never get people that, for example, go on a holiday to Tuscany and then see something and then want to have that type of building in let's say Texas or wherever it does not fit.
Right.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. We have a lot of houses like that here, where it's like, I'm pretty sure that style of house doesn't fit.
Well,
No.
you do that. They'll do that in Texas, but then they have tigers in the backyard too, so they're not really worried about going with the.
A lot of people have been mentioning the playhouse that you built for your kids.
Yeah.
As one of the things they first saw on your channel, and that was a pretty spectacular build.
Yeah, and it's still here.
Yeah, I saw that in the shop video.
It's still in use, but the girls by now they're so tall that they actually bump their heads. So it's really fun. I always hear them cussing when they bump their heads when they're like going in there.
Speaking of older build, I think one of the first builds of yours that I actually I really saw on YouTube. I was kind of late to really watching YouTube videos. Like, I didn't really. Like, I remember having friends and they're just like, yeah, I watch YouTube videos all the time. Like, I go there if I need to like look something up or like, but I didn't like go to YouTube for entertainment until like not that long, like well after I was making YouTube videos. I was like, still, I don't get these things, but I'm going to make it. But I was watching I followed along with the Unicorn build that you did. Your 5th scale, that whole conversion process. And that was right back there. That was a pretty wild build to see all the Lexan, additions that you made to the body and all of the custom work that went into that. That one was really, really interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think, despite it being really understated when you look at it, that was one of the more complex paint jobs that I've actually done. Not in the last place, because that was actually a body that it is discontinued, so you can't get it, and it didn't come with an overspray film.
Oh.
So I ended up having to mask the outside and the inside. And it's a 3-piece body. Like if you don't consider all the additions that I made with like a hood scoop and whatnot, and it sat really wrong. So. When I started on it, I actually needed to chop off about an inch or like 2.5 centimeters if you're from where I'm at. Then you're not watching because it's 4 a.m. But like about an inch of the height I needed to cut off in order to drop that body and make it look less like a Yugo or because it looked wrong. It looked way too tall. So.
Yeah, that was just a really fun build, just to see all the little details and the additions and the just all the extra.
I have a really fun build planned for a really long time already, which is that is actually a build that I'm doing with A-Main. I'm not sure if I can say that, but it is actually a truck that sits in the bottom there. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's not the Losi 5B. But it is actually. Can you tell what it is or not?
I mean, it looks like a Losi 5T to me, but I'm sure or 5 2.0.
It's a Super Baja Ray.
Ah.
Oh.
And it is funny that you mentioned earlier that the off-road charger that they used in Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if you remember my fifth scale, my dragster build.
The burnout one.
Yes, the burnout. The
Burnout.
I just remember like seeing it at the time. It had like 2 million views at the time. I was like
yeah.
Yeah. And I have one of those clear bodies still laying around. So that is actually going to, in the coming months, like along with that other cool build that I'm doing with Wes, that's actually something that I'm going to put together, because that, to me, I think is the ultimate RC car that I've always wanted to have and that I've never been able to source anywhere or purchase.
Right.
Very cool.
Yeah,
that's going to be fun.
That will. And yeah, that was, a lot of that stuff, like all those bodies that you've, they're talking, the Charger and that Mustang, like I would have I never have seen those, because I imagine those were kind of more niche bodies in that world.
Super obscure. It's actually, it's a funny story. Those, it was two brothers from Denmark who made those bodies. And they made them purely because they wanted to have those cars, and they could not find them anywhere. And I think they were pretty well off in terms of their financial situation to be able to actually pursue that. Because having a plug for that type of scale and making it from aluminum is an immense investment.
Yeah,
as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So
no kidding.
These guys actually ran an amusement park. They owned an amusement park. So I was driving through Denmark, and I was in the back, in the storage area of a closed down for the season amusement park to pick up a couple of bodies. So yeah, I don't know. It's just sometimes you stumble across some really weird situations in order to get what you need to have.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I guess. Like that's
one of my favorite trucks you've done. Well, actually, there's two. The BMW body, which
for the build off, right?
That was insane. No, the the one with all the stripes.
Wasn't that for the HPI build off?
Yeah. No,
that's the.
That was the Porsche. That was the Porsche.
Porsche.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do remember. I think you referenced it in that build off, though.
I can see it. It's just under your right shoulder there, I think. Is that the one?
No, that's actually that's the Audi that I did.
Audi, yes.
And the BMW actually sits upstairs on my desk.
Okay. But Sock Money is probably one of my favorites, just because of the name of it and the video that went with it. I thought that was a great paint job.
Yeah, that was a fun one to do for sure.
Yeah.
I guess that's so funny with monster trucks. With that whole segment, is you can go completely bonkers on naming a truck and going with a theme, because in the full-sized world, monster trucks are, I guess, making the least sense of all vehicles.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because who on earth would staple a tongue and a set of ears to a truck to make it look like a Labrador or whatever?
The arms coming out of the hood.
You only see that in Dumb and Dumber usually, but
what's the one with the two arms?
It's like Zombie or something like that. It's just
yeah.
No, it's Samson, isn't it? Samson?
Oh, that's right. He's got like buff arms, and the other one's got zombie arms.
He's got he's got beef tube arms.
Yeah.
They're they really are. Monster trucks are just like the.
What's the dog one called? Because that whole thing when Traxxas put out Monster Mutt. That's right. When Traxxas put out Monster Mutt, I remember it was Richard and I were at Headquake's house. And we were having a sleepover at Headquakes. It was like a weekend long RC adventure. And this is going back a long time. But real quick, we were up very late, and we were both all three of us were delirious with sleep deprivation because we were just hanging out so much. but we started to make like sketches for how we could improve Monster Mutt. So we had designed like these like staple on legs that would staple onto the tires, so they'd go like this.
That would flop.
Yeah, they'd flop around as you drove. We're like, oh, this is way better.
You guys
Monster
party
Mutt
way too hard. I could never hang.
But yes, monster trucks, I think, allow for a lot of personality to come out.
I'm just
And
waiting for Monster Jam to finally do the dildozer. Like,
And I think that's also fun because you can literally throw whatever body on a monster truck because it's all good.
yeah, totally, right? It doesn't need to make
If
sense.
you want to put the body on backwards as well, it's all good.
The dildozer, that'll be for Monster Jam After Dark.
yeah, right.
We'll start a whole new genre.
Driven by Beef Supreme. The
Or porn stars will be
Right.
involved. So
let's
why not?
Chris, what is
Where you can join their OnlyFans.
There's some good questions in here. I'm not ignoring all of them like people think. But what is your favorite build of yours so far? Of your own?
Me or Matt?
Chris, yours.
Oh, nobody cares about my
I would have to go with, just because I think it's a bit underrated in what it does technically. I have to go with my Yeti XXL.
Oh yeah. Right when you got your X Carve.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and also the whole way that went was I think hilarious because Inventables actually reached out to me back in the day, and I guess like way back when I had some good growth going on the channel, and they were searching influencers. So they contacted me and they're like, "Hey, would you like to have a CNC machine?" And I said to them, absolutely not. No, I said that's one of the last things on this planet that I have an interest in. And they said, well, that's perfect. And they said, you know what? We'll just send it out to you. I'm like, they must not be listening. They said, we'll send it out to you.
You're like, hello.
We want people who have zero interest in this, and you just have a look at it. And if you don't like it for some reason, then you can just either sell it or you give it away to a school or whatever.
You know what? I think
that's really setting the bar low. And they said, just be really honest about it, because we can't guarantee anything, but we think that you might find it actually more enjoyable than you right now think. So that's when I gave it a shot, and I actually, I love that machine. So that's when the Yeti XXL was born.
Right.
So what I first did is I actually photoshopped it, turned it into a four-seater, since it looks like a tiny bit like a Polaris Razor or
right.
Yeah.
Honestly, with the stretch you did, it had way better proportions than the factory ones.
And it drives a lot better too. And then with stretching it, I actually had so much space to put a lot of technical stuff in there. So it actually it's not just that it's a stretched chassis, but it actually has 2 transmission cases. Right. It has 2 motors. It has 2 ESCs. It runs on 4 3S batteries. So it's pretty wild. And then I can, since those 2 transmission cases, they are not coupled together, so I can actually separately start to manipulate how much drive I want to have on each
so you get a little more
motor.
Rear,
so I can also
bias if you want.
Basically have dig or reverse it, or so it's a pretty funny build.
That's amazing. I love that truck. That's
that
super cool.
one was pretty fun to watch especially at the time but I think Inventables got the most traction out of that, giving you that. Every video you've made since then has been about at least related to it since it sat next to you in every
Yeah,
yeah. That is
Been in
true.
every
They have gotten a lot of screen time with it just being
Yeah.
there the whole time. Yeah,
I should start
definitely.
doing that too, but I don't.
Yeah.
No, and you know what? I'm totally cool with that because I feel like they threw me a huge bone by just granting me that opportunity.
Yeah, that is very cool.
And it
This video
was to
brought
me it was a bit of an eye opener. So right now as well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that I will pester both of you with 3D printing questions.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
I'm a bit less intimidated to start with the whole 3D printing stuff right now.
Oh yeah, it's there's never
it's-
been a better time. The printers now are so good for the money. It's just there's never been a better time. Anybody who's
No.
thinking about it at all, just do it now. Like it's
and
worth it.
one of my best friends actually, he started way back in the day with 3D printing. So we're talking 2011, 2012, that he had like a home printer. And I remember seeing him struggling to put that together because the frame was like made of plywood. And I'm not sure, you guys must be familiar with those type of printers. I was like, I don't like that, that just looks too, I don't know.
My first one I got in February of 2012. And it was one of the early open source kind of versions that was turned into a commercial product, so like they actually molded a case for it and all this. And it was called a Robo 3D at the time, but honestly, I think I threw it away like 2 weeks ago, but I spent like $800 on it. And that was such a bargain for any 3D printer at the time. $800 was unheard of to get a 3D printer, unless you were going to try and source these things together. And then it was just like stacking all thread and nuts and pieces. It was just, and it was great. It worked great. It was fantastic for me. And, since then, I think right now I have 4 printers. I sold one the other day, so I only have 4 now. Sold one yesterday. But
I got a question here from John Schultz.
Hey, John.
He wants to say, you're so talented with a spray can. How many train cars or alleys have you painted?
Well, actually, none.
Huh.
None.
You were never into tagging? You were never into that?
I made some murals using markers and whatnot. I did that at friends' places because my parents were not too gung-ho on me defacing their property. But I had friends with cool parents, and they let me do whatever on their wall. So that was fun.
Nice. CCXRC said, shoot, I just sold both of my 3D printers, and now's the time. Crap, next you're going to say I should have held on to my Apple stock. No, you should have held on to your Tesla stock like I didn't do.
Oh.
It's okay. I did make I made some dough off of that, but not as much dough as if I had kept it.
Right.
Anyway.
Dale C, donation. The comment's pretty good. He goes, I had no idea who this dude was before the stream, but I like his accent and I saved a bunch of his videos. Perfect timing.
Well, I appreciate it.
Amazing.
I was asking Matt the other day. I was like, "Do you want me to turn up the accent? Do you actually want me to talk like this, like really Dutch, like with the worst accent ever, where I call you Matthijs and Jos?"
Just say smoking a pancake, then I'll be happy.
Oh my God.
He's not going to do it. Come on.
Yeah.
I said say smoking a pancake.
Smoking a pancake?
Smoking a pancake.
Even better.
Bong and a blintz. Pipe
Yeah.
and a crepe.
Which one was that? Gold member?
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Amsterdam. Isn't that weird?
Oh that's Austin Powers, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was so funny. Oh my God.
It's all in good fun. Chris knows it. We love Chris. We're making fun of him, but we're not making. How's that go?
No, you're not laughing at me. You're laughing with me.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing near you.
Yeah.
No. That's not a saying.
Yes, it is. It's a saying I made up.
Yeah,
That's saying in Canada. It's a Canadian saying.
Touch wood.
Touch wood, yeah. Touch my wood.
No, not that. That's on my OnlyFans. Next on OnlyFans, some guy builds an RC truck.
Yeah.
Is this where I tell you guys I'm not wearing pants because it is 4:30 in the morning?
Yes, definitely.
Exactly. Just found your hat and a shirt and walked out the shop.
The X-rated version of me.
Oh God. Yeah. Well, I don't know is that a cue that maybe we should let Chris go for tonight and thank him very much for his participation in our live stream takeover.
You know, we should promise to have Chris on as long as he goes and watches Flying Cars.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, I will actually go see if I can find that over. I mean, it is Europe. We just had Back to the Future get in the cinema over here, so you need to keep that in mind.
Good. It'll go perfect with all of the Back to the Future themed RC 4-wheel drive extra cab bodies that are probably being done right now.
It's a mediocre movie.
Oh, God, so mean. It's one of my childhood favorites.
Is there anybody we know in that movie or like involved behind the?
There's people you would recognize racer wise. Well, might recognize like racer wise in the background, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Associated, I guess, provided some of the vehicles.
Yeah. How could you tell? There's a lot of associated.
There's
placement.
A few logos.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
A few small logos placed in the in the movie. Yeah, please watch it, Chris, because we do need to talk about it. I think that would be an excellent show.
We can do like a book club type of where I make some notes and actually see if I can find some more profound layer.
I feel like when you come back.
Movie.
I feel like when you come back to give us your review, you're going to put on a pair of very small glasses.
Okay.
And a beret.
Yeah, I don't know why I feel like that.
Yeah.
I might actually go sit there for the purpose as well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yes.
Tony from CCXRC said he'll send you his iTunes info so you can watch it.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's kind of you, Tony. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Lozy sponsored the shock oil. Which it's true. If you watch oh my God, that is deep trivia.
That is actually. He's filling.
Wow.
He's like tuning his shocks by evidently refilling them with oil in the middle of a dusty field while like squatting there. It was very intense.
In a suit.
In a suit
He's wearing
with a tie. Just like all of us do.
Sounds like such a winner.
Oh, G-Shocker, that's a great comment. Thank you for reminding me of that. It's such an incredibly bad movie. You're going to love it.
Okay,
I really need to watch it again.
I might watch it. I'm going to pop it on tonight.
Is this main character, is he also racing with some G-made air-filled tires?
No, he's not. But it's it's incredible.
You want to be a big jumper or not?
In the follow-up, if there were to be one,
there will be.
If we can perhaps make a top 10 of miserable RC product failures that we've seen.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
That could be a lot.
Yes. Oh man, I've got so many good ideas.
Me too.
But we're not going to spoil that. We're definitely oh man. It's great. Moose Jaw just suggested we could do our own movie called Crawling Cars.
Yeah.
Do you want to be a big climber or not? Yeah. Oh, there's so many good.
Chris, you have to watch it. I almost, yeah, we got to figure out a way for you to get that movie. If you can't find it, we will make sure to get you a copy.
Yeah, we will
Yeah,
break the
sounds good.
international piracy laws.
Yeah, the
They're
FBI will
breaking
come to my house. That's incredible. All right, well, thank you very much, Chris. We're gonna let you go because it is 4:37 in the morning.
So,
and
the only thing I have to know is, are you going to have coffee and stay up, or are you just going to go back to sleep?
No, I'm gonna crash for a couple more hours.
Good call.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Thank you so much
Thanks,
for taking
Chris.
some time.
Thank you
and
guys.
being on the show.
Thank both of you for having me, and well, thank you for what you guys are both doing, because you're providing so much entertainment, not just with these streams, but also with Monthly Mayhem, and it's just, I don't know, you guys deserve all the success that you're getting and all the traction that you're getting currently, because it's just, it's amazing to watch it sort of like grow.
Well,
Thank you. It's been fun.
Stuff like you, stuff that you've been doing over the years have definitely been an inspiration, and I wouldn't be here without you. So thank you, Chris.
Yes, thanks for making the time, and we will definitely find a time to script your sleep schedule again.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Later,
Good night.
Chris.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Amazing.
Yes, of course, my
What a guy.
camera stops wanting to work for some reason. Hold on.
What a guy. Incredible.
Yeah. Yes. Always a good time. I forgot to bring. I saw it go by in the comments. I wrote it down on my notes, but didn't end up having time to get back to it. I think the first time I met Chris was Axial Fest 16.
Yes,
Because he was there 16 and 17.
Yeah, 16, 17. I think I met him before 16.
Yeah.
I think he might have been at K&K 16, which would have been in June, and then I saw him in July. But we had been conversing back and forth, and it's actually a fairly interesting story. He and I first met because he put the SBG logo in one of his videos, and I had just taken over the Scale Builders Guild at that point, and I was like, who is this guy? Like, I don't know who he is, and he's got our logo in his video. So I reached out, and we got off on the wrong foot. I will say that.
Oh, I'm so mad we didn't bring this up.
I know it should have been in the stream, but I also, you know what, he's probably watching right now and gonna jump back on. But it was one of those things where I was like, hey man, like, you gotta ask permission before you like put our logos in your video. And he was like, well, you know, I was just trying to throw you a few views, and I was like, I don't know who you are. And then it came full circle, and we became really close over it, and we've been like fast friends ever since. So definitely one of my more close people in RC, but started out weird. Not gonna lie. It's like, who is this guy? How dare he?
I used to do back when I like was early on in doing YouTube stuff. I used to do they were called Hangouts. Like that's what Google used to have this thing called Hangout, and you could create it, and then I would just post this link publicly, and it was like the first 10 people who jumped in could just be live also in there with you having a conversation. And it was way more limited on some of the other functionality it had, like compared to like what we do now. It doesn't have nearly what we can do. But at the time when the channel was smaller and things like that, it was a lot of fun. I had a bunch of people in there. Chris had jumped on it at one point, and just I had known some of his videos, and he just came in. We were, you know, good times though. But yeah, I mean, that would have been in like 14 maybe, somewhere in there, 14, 15.
Right. Yeah. I think that's probably close to around the time that he had first put one of his videos up, and I was like, man, who is this guy? And then, you know, it came to like me creating an account for him, and he had his own vendor thread, and like it was, you know, good times. Good guy. Great
Yep.
guy. Big supporter of this hobby, and definitely someone that a lot of people can learn a lot from.
Yep. A lot of really good info, and just, puts it all out there. Doesn't, it's one of those things, like, like he said, it's just good to share it. And, we appreciate the support where it comes from as well. And it's all good for it. It was a good my the little RC team thing worked out pretty well.
I like that one.
Turned out to be pretty good fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You're very blown out again, but I'm trying to fix you.
Oh,
I will try to fix you.
Oh yeah, I think my it's like after that changed, the settings went no.
There you go. Don't do anything. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Josh is super saturated.
Matt attracts the most weird people. Chris, Moose Jaw, Josh, and many more.
Oh, the list of weird people.
Thanks, Gene, for the
Never
donation.
ends. Never ends. Yes. If anybody in the comments, if you have not watched Flying Cars, I don't know why we're promoting this movie.
Because it has to be done.
You have to watch it because it's not good.
This smells terrible. Let's take here.
Ew, oh, its milk is bad. Taste it.
Oh, here, Dale said, I recently watched a 5-year-old video of yours. Not gonna lie, you were...
Let's hear it.
I can't.
Come on.
Says, not gonna lie, you were a thick boy back then.
You know what?
It was the camera.
Sure, it was the camera. Yeah. Hey,
His different lenses now.
Dude, I go back 6 months, 7 months, and I'm like, oh God, I was overweight. I feel alive now.
Right.
Man, 25 pounds is a lot. But yeah, you know what? Every once in a while, I go back and I watch some of my first videos, and I didn't do any on-camera stuff up until like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
I remember the first video where I decided to make the change, and it was weird for me. It would have been, let's see, it might have been the beginning of 2015. No, beginning of 2014, maybe. I think
it's really easy. I can just look it up. Decide instead of YouTube.com.
Because I did it when I built a new studio in my basement, because I had my workshop, but I built an actual studio. And I did like my first video in there, like my old way, and then I decided to change it. It was for my Matzilla U4 build. And I was just like, hey, I'm going to look at the camera now. Like, I know this is weird, but this is what it looks like.
Hello? What should I do with my hands? Hello?
It was weird, because
weird.
I was used to the camera over the shoulder, just my hands video. Like,
yep. Well, for me, it wasn't even like I didn't do any how-tos or anything. It was all just running videos.
Yeah. See, I did almost all like tech stuff at the time.
Right. Thank you again for your 3PMX demo on how to set up the third channel.
Right. So yeah, it was just like, and man, I can't stand, like Ben was just saying, I watched your video for 19 Wraith last year. What a change. Like, yeah, like I hate watching old videos at all. I'm like, God, they're so, like, going back and seeing budget build videos we did. I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
I hate them. I hate watching it. I was, filming in a machine shop, so I was screaming over machines, like the struggle of
you stuff. Actually those were interesting videos.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it was just.
I think my first on-camera stuff, I didn't start until 2016.
Yeah.
And man, those were. You go back and look at those now. You're like,
I've watched like your basics to styrene one, and you're like cameras like for being a guy in film, like your camera was like low and in front of you, and you're like leaned back, and you're like, all right.
I know.
So we're gonna.
So bad. So bad. How to build with styrene. Still a popular video.
Dude, like
never mind.
Every once in a while, I got a comment on an old video today from like my how to build a tube chassis one. And you know, it's got like 130,000 views on it. But every once in a while, you know, you just get some comments on it. And today's comment was, you know, the problem with Harley is he talks too much.
Well, that's true.
Like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. John Schultz said, "You guys suck. I'm still fat." Start a YouTube channel, John.
Yeah,
exactly. It's super easy.
Just wait for the shame comments to come in.
And Dave Zilla said he might have just downloaded Flying Cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish we got a cut of all of these.
I know.
We've been sending to buy that.
I bet all the people who we send to buy that crap are being like, these guys owe me money.
Yeah.
Like, I just bought this $6.99 video now.
Yeah, I want my money back. I'm not wearing self-tanner. It's just the warmth of my lights. That's how I like it. And I go outside in the sun. G-Shocker, that I'm That Guy videos with the duck noise I saw earlier after watching SBG for months. I found out it was the same channel. Yes.
What?
That's
duck
right.
noises?
Yeah, at the beginning of my videos, I always, I had this black swan as my logo. See, you've never even seen it.
No, I don't know.
I don't know why, but
that's how I started all
my videos.
Running videos?
Yeah, like if you go.
I don't go watch running videos very often.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, every single one
I've
of
seen
my
how
videos,
you drive. I really don't like. What am I going to get from this?
Wow. Anyway, yeah, they started with this black swan.
Run that wooden bumper into a small rock.
Like, shut up. And it was like the TV tuning noise, like, and then I'm That Guy logo. Yeah, that's how they all started. Killer videos, man.
All right, I'll go back and watch one.
Yeah, please do. Sorry, going through the comments here. Josh glows whenever he wears a black shirt. It's our webcams. Our webcams, despite being top of the line Amazon webcams, there's no replacing an SLR or mirrorless camera.
We both use nice cameras for our first person or our main cameras on our own channel. Cameras. And then he sees me, like my feed to Matt is a webcam that sits directly on top of my regular camera. And I use the Logitech C920, which is like the go-to for most people. Yeah. But it's still 15 years old. Like
right. Nothing but the best of 1080p.
Yeah, exactly. So, and of course over Skype in thousands of miles.
Oh man, so many miles.
So yeah, that's pretty good stuff. Oh, I did get my quick run fusion today.
Oh yeah, I've got one too.
Yeah,
it's still in the box because I'm gonna put this in the VS410 build that I'm doing. I think. Are
you? Which VS410 build?
Chassis
kit. Okay, with 3 gear.
Yeah, chassis kit with the 3 gear.
Okay.
I think that'll be a nice mix for that.
I'm gonna put mine in my little RC Speedy moon buggy.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I may have to cut out some stuff or modify. Who knows? But
well, probably. What else? Scared. Oh, I think it's fair that I finally announce that I'm doing a giveaway, but it's not on my channel.
Oh, yes, you should. And I need to find the winner of... I forgot to find the winner of... we'll do it next week.
Yeah.
The winner of... What was I giving away last time? Oh,
You were giving away
XL5.
XL5. That's right. Yeah. the thing that nobody wants. It's like somebody's going to get that in the mail and go,
Why?
I don't need that. Anyway, Cruiser Gear, site that makes a bunch of Toyota-themed stuff. Did we talk about this last week? I feel like we did.
Thought we did.
Maybe. Anyway, here's the body.
Yeah, it does look damn good.
Richard, pardon my noob, did all the assembly and sanding, and this sort of construction isn't cheap, but it's a full 3D printed body. You put one of his plaques on there, so you'll know that it's his. This truck is going to be given away with the full-size 88 Land Cruiser 62 series.
Yeah.
So it's my job. It is huge. That's what she said. It's my job now to assemble the body. I got to extend a long wheelbase chassis because it's not long enough. Because this is, I don't even know how many squares it is.
Hear me out. Have you seen that new DL series?
I can just put that right on here. Yeah, for sure.
Don't count
I don't even know how
squares.
many.
Don't
I'm counting the squares. It's over 14-inch wheelbase. It's a long one. Maybe even 15. Anyway, we're going to put that together, paint it up, and do a stripe pattern to match the full-size one. And this is going to be given away to the winner of the full-size truck. So he gets an RC truck of his real truck or her truck, whoever wins.
Right.
Which is pretty sick, if you ask me. Yeah, it's a good deal for the winner. Because when I got this, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just say it got lost in the mail and then keep it. Oh no, it didn't make it.
Oh no, just like your packages that showed up to me today. I'm like,
Right. Which we're not talking about yet.
I know, you're killing me.
I know.
It's
I know.
right here.
I'm the guy that's ruining this for you.
For all of them too. They would be excited to see it, but no.
Everybody would be excited. I don't know if anybody would be excited. They wouldn't be excited to see it right now, but they'd be excited to see it later.
Right. And then I have another box over here that people would be excited.
Oh, well, okay. You can show that, I guess.
I can't show that one. That one's, not even because of you. But
what is it? Message me later.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. I got something kind of cool today. It actually showed up well in advance of the other thing that was supposed to come before this. But I got a clear Arma Felony body.
Hey, good Lord, that's a big body.
It's.
I've seen the Felony in person, but yeah, it's
big. I can't wait. I'm gonna do a Hemistorm quality paint job on that. I also, oh damn it! I just broke the thing to hang it on the. Arg. I also got the handbrake bits because I'm gonna do the handbrake.
Oh, you're gonna take the infraction handbrake and install it in the Felony too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. It's all the same chassis. So
yeah. Yes, absolutely.
But if you followed my Instagram today, you saw the SSD stuff that I got.
I saw you got a pile of stuff there. Yes.
A passel of stuff.
Yeah.
That's going to go on to some fun build that I'm still working on getting.
I did some significant cleaning in here.
Good for you.
Got a number of things moved out and around, and some things packaged up to be shipped off, some other things shipped off, and
I did a bunch of cleaning this weekend and sold off a bunch of junk too.
Yeah, I put it all on my website, and then it also, I was like, sweet. And I took it all down and everything. I got a bunch of messages. Hey, how come there's nothing for sale? You said there's stuff for sale. I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah, it's sold. It's gone.
I should have just left it up and put sold by it.
Tony asked if we can do angry eyes on our on the 62 series body. No, Tony, you've done enough. Did he show you his Jeep?
No. I just when you said last time from his comment that he got the green.
Got the angry eyes. He did it.
Oh, I did buy something. So
Instead of just getting stuff.
actually, I bought two things.
Okay.
So
All right.
first one I bought some epoxy coating for that's 3D printing safe, so that I can. I've been playing around with the carbon fiber stuff with the 3D printing.
Yes.
And the one thing is that it's a lot of work to try and smooth out 3D printing, like sanding and filling, and that seems ridiculous to me. That seems like way too much work. So I got the a epoxy that people are using. Do that, heat gun, smooths it out pretty good,
Interesting.
and I should be able to do that on both sides. Mold release wax, and I should be. I think we're coming into good shape to get my carbon fiber work going.
Oh, you jinxed it.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
You're right, JDM, JDK. Someone will make angry eyes for the 2021 Bronco.
Oh yes, exactly.
It's probably already been done.
And then, the other thing I ordered today, which you will never normally hear me say, is I ordered a WPL.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, right. But even worse than that, it's like one of those stupid little cab over, like
The little
Like
Daihatsu. Yeah.
exactly. It's one of those that they just released.
Yeah.
Like-
I was talking to them. They're like, "What do you think?" I was like, "Looks pretty cute."
Yeah, that looks like garbage. I'll take one. Like 10th scale? Why not? It's still this big, but fine.
Still very small. Yeah, exactly.
It was still like $70, but
Is that for your Friday build?
we'll see.
Series?
It'll probably show up sometime in freaking November. So, like everything else, I've ordered like, I don't know. I've got the motorcycle that's still not here. I have another. I broke down and bought the other trike that's available
Good for you.
last week, and then I got the F1 car. Still, no idea.
MIA. Yeah.
I ordered this at the same time, and it came.
I got a dog toy from China. It came real quick too.
It's got some serious mileage on it. I ordered one of those 50 to 500 magnifier microscopes.
Entertain everyone for a moment. I'll be right back.
Yes.
Say nice things about me.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, so I've got, and I think that new, it's like a WPL D12 or just, I don't know, something like that, something terrible. It's like $50 and then $12 shipping and tax and all that. It's not going to be it. It's IFS. I don't know if it's 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, but regardless, it's going to be an interesting.
When you talk about shit that you buy.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Nicole. What? It wasn't even that expensive.
I heard $70.
Yeah, $70 is cheap. But it'll be for our Friday night, for date night.
I hate you so hard sometimes. Why do I log on right when you say you bought? It was cheap. You said it was $70. That is cheap. Love you. See, this it was good timing. Good timing. That's let's see. Got that. I think those are the only. Well, I've got this project to get started on now, and then two others that not
Matt won't let us talk about yet.
I mean, if you want to ruin it, go ahead.
I mean, is it ruining it if we just say what this part is?
We're finally rebuilding our TRX-6s.
We should talk about that little.
We
idea.
are, yes. Yes.
So we are going to do one follow-up video on the TRX-6s.
Yes.
Just so that we can do Matt's going to replace his.
I'm going to.
He's going to put the
parts,
body onto a new one. No.
The parts list is exceedingly long of stuff that I broke.
But yeah, Matt's going to turn his back into a
Proper
trailer.
TRX-6. Oh, hi there. My dog came in to visit. Hello. Come up here. Come up here. Say hello.
So,
Come up.
yeah. In the video, Matt will also be going in to repair the curb. That is correct.
Yeah. They actually called me.
Did you
They
leave
have
your
my SD card.
Did you leave your copy of your insurance there?
Yeah, exactly. Get in this frame. Say hello to everybody. There he is. Hello. Hi.
It is
Did you go
amazing
through?
how
That's good.
obviously absent Sookie has been
There you go.
since
That's good.
Nicole made it back.
A new friend.
Oh, good.
Little shih tzu. Love little dogs.
Nice.
You tell them that.
What color was the Shih Tzu?
Everybody can hear that, eh? I don't know. I didn't catch that part, but he made a new friend.
Oh, what do you know?
He loves little dogs, which is hilarious. So funny.
Yes.
Everyone's making fun of my skin tone.
Well,
Unbelievable.
yes. That. I don't even know what to say about that.
I don't know why. I think I look great.
Yeah, that's something I say as well.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, the list of projects has shortened, but isn't. I sent off. I have 2 cars that are being sent off for projects to other people.
Mhm.
This one I think will actually go really quickly because this thing is just a bolt together thing. I think I could probably get this thing knocked out in the better part of just a weekend. So,
Yeah, that doesn't look like a super difficult
no,
project.
I think I'm gonna try and just one video this thing. Here's the parts. Just yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
The-
There, I
yeah.
fixed it, everybody. Leave me alone. I've got rich skin tones, okay? Sent out for orange paint. Funny.
Yes.
I would love to say that my project list has shortened, but I feel like I'm still super behind. I did 2
I'm
videos this
so
weekend.
behind. That's for sure.
Oh man. Yeah. So many things to do. I got to do this quick run fusion video. I still have a reef servo that kind of demands a video. At least I got the weathering done on that guy, on the
Yes.
RC4.
Got that thing done. Now, what are you gonna do with that?
I don't know.
At least you made it look dusty, so you didn't actually have to go drive it. Look what I can do with an airbrush rather than drive it.
I love that's what people say about weathering. And it says very often, they're like, I don't need to weather it. I weather it naturally.
Right.
It's not quite the same thing, but whatever.
It's nearly the same.
It's nearly the same. Yeah, the shortage of it's overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah.
Doing this.
You know.
The most important thing is getting that 62 series done and shipped to Blake at Cruiser Gear so he can give it to the man or woman who wins that truck.
Right. Yeah, because that thing's got an actual deadline. And
Yeah.
I've got my 50,000 subscriber giveaway truck to get knocked out.
Yes.
So, and then
How's
because
that
that thing's, well, now that Monthly Mayhem's coming over, it should come together faster. But because it's got to get sent off to Suits for paint, so that means I need to decide on tube work and get that rolling.
Yeah.
So, and just get that thing knocked out. Ben was asking about progress on the old Woods Runner, and that's actually what I bought that epoxy for the 3D prints, because that's where my pressed carbon fiber design is being tested. Works.
Interesting.
Yes. I've decided yet another I showed my metal stamping with the 3D printing.
Yes, which is very cool.
It is, and I really like that. And I like the carbon fiber. So I'm thinking of still using the metal stamping for like the top, carbon fiber for the front. But on the metal stamping, I think that I'm going to design the stamp jigs so that I can fixture it up in my Stepcraft so I can trim all the excess with that.
Oh, cool.
Rather than do it by hand, because
smart. I like that.
CNC is way better than by hand.
Yeah, well, I think the Traxxas TRX6 OMG 63 Monthly Mayhem is evidence of that.
Right.
If anybody needs a reference point for how good a Stepcraft machine is
Right.
versus DIY.
What? Ah.
Why is my truck not in the right amount of pieces anymore?
Yeah, that was good. And
yeah, the list of parts on that is crazy long.
I was really wondering. You're like, yeah, let's start putting that parts list together. I'm just like, I really wonder, like, where.
At what point does it become more cost effective to just buy a new one?
I know. Which is that's a tough thing to do in RC. That could be a monthly mayhem. Could one single crash, could we over without causing a fire?
Yeah, CCXRC just said start fresh. Yeah, I know. It really, honestly, it caused so much mayhem to that truck that it really almost isn't worth porting it all back over.
Which will make a great video.
I think so, yeah. And I should put the list together. Seriously, like put the list together and get it sent off and, get those parts in. Get it done. Yep.
Because it'll
in be between all the other projects.
Just the pile of parts that whole thing is going to have to melt into before it can turn back into a TRX6. It's going to be.
Yeah. TA Naylor just said send it to Traxxas for a warranty claim.
That would be comical.
Doesn't work anymore. I've already shown it off a number of times, but I did take off a lot of the parts. So you really get a good sense now of the frame rails and how comically bent they are. I was just driving it down the street.
Somebody normally said that about their TRX6. They'd be like, well, it got ran over then, because that's the only way that could happen.
Like, it looks quite level, and then you go back here and it's not level at all. It's so bent.
Just the
broken.
Oh, the the sound it made when it stopped.
Yeah.
Curbs are definitely stronger than ankles.
Yeah.
Which, like Matt, he did that. And then I had told him, like, in our one of messaging back and forth, I was just like, it really makes me feel lucky that I was able to lift my foot up just enough to not take the front bumper of my car to my actual ankle, because I don't think that I would have walked away. Like,
no,
I would
think
have
you'd be at the
shattered
hospital.
bones.
You would have broken something. Absolutely, 100%.
And if I could,
if this is what it did at 60, I mean,
yeah. I was at 57 on that run. Like, it would have, as close as makes no difference. Like, whew.
There's no, like, I can't move it.
I can just imagine that phone call that I would have been having to make to Nicole.
Yeah.
So I was driving
my truck
It
in
was
a normal fashion.
I mean, it was bad enough to come home and tell her, like, yeah, I hit myself with the car, and I hurt. I'm like, this doesn't feel good at all. Like,
Somebody, Musha's like, oh, you can bend them back. Yeah. I was driving it slowly across I was driving it slowly in the grass, and it just broke. Yes, Fatty Matty, G46, that was the worst crash I've ever had aside from losing my drone. Yes.
Yeah. I'll be interested to hear once you kind of start looking at everything there. I think that when I burn down my EXO, it's probably
that was your worst.
That was definitely my highest value.
Yeah.
Burn. You know.
I'll put together the actual order for how much everything costs to replace it, and I'll be taking guesses. So, you know, maybe with that guess we'll give away something, a prize. I do have a 40K giveaway to do. I've got to get that TRX4 Sport built and painted and given away. There, I said it.
Yeah.
Another thing into the pile.
No kidding. But I felt good. A lot of progress being made lately.
Yeah, I feel like just clearing out a lot of the extra stuff I had. Like tires alone, I think I sold in that lot. I think there were 24 sets of tires that I'm just sitting on them for no reason. They're not doing anything. I don't need them.
Yeah. Yikes.
So those are gone. I cleared out a bunch of axial plastic. I finally did what Josh did and just got rid of it.
Yeah, you're never going to use that stuff.
I know. I was like, well, maybe I need 6 deadbolt cages. Maybe.
Right. Like, I could, maybe I'm going to use all of the skull heads. Like, I know that these are the only ones I have left because I've used the other ones, but the skull, I might have a build that I want to use the skull heads. Or
I might do a skull themed monster truck. I'll call it
with
Scully.
With 5 rows of seating, so I'll need 10 of them.
Well, they'll really get my paint skills up to snuff because I'll have to paint them all slightly differently.
Yeah, exactly.
This one's missing this tooth.
Matt, do you ever get burnt out on RCs? What do you do?
I do. Yeah, I think we all do. I think there's definitely a point where you're like, I am not going in that workshop for a week. It's usually right after
Talking
monthly,
to me.
Yeah, it's usually right after Monthly Mayhem. That's generally the low point for me. It's like, okay, I'm done for now.
Right.
But I'll be back. Yeah, but do I get burnt out? I think it's quite natural to get burnt out on this hobby. It especially at the level that Josh or I are doing. There's always a project, and it can be overwhelming. And I think the key to keeping this fun is to always make sure that it's still just a hobby, right? I mean, you and I toe the line a little bit. Like it's it's still very much a hobby. You work in the industry, so it's a little bit different for you.
Right.
I don't. So this is still an escape for me from my everyday work, my job. It gives me a tangible kind of outlet.
And it is still, I mean, even though like it is, or it's not, but it is different because like I go to work and it's like It's managing people and stock levels, and you know, it doesn't matter. Like we bought a new machine,
Right.
that's getting dropped in on Monday, and you
Oh,
know,
cool.
all of the things that come along with that. You know, making sure that we've got riggers and an electrical, you know, mapping and space planning to figure out where it's going to go and how it's going to go, and you know, it's just like all of the things that have to go along with that. There's a
Right.
million tasks, and just the task of actually deciding what brand and machine and size and like huge part, like, so it's like this side of it still a good escape for me, especially when we get to work on making a TRX6 go 65 miles an hour. Like,
Yeah. Thanks for rubbing it in. Or
well, I mean, I guess
you know,
do I get to say 68 miles an hour?
no, you didn't go 68.
I mean,
that was just like a bonus.
Oh, okay.
Still can't believe you won.
I went back and watched the first video of the series of yours, and just the absolute confidence of those
I know.
of those 3 mile per hour bonus points.
I was like, oh, it's in the bag. I got this. Josh can't design his way out of a paper bag. If all it would have taken was putting a 3 on the side of the truck, which is quite literally, other than the front air dam, all Josh did. Son of a bitch.
You know,
Not that it's over now, so whatever.
I'm a simple man. I see a 3, I hit like. Which, I don't know if you know. I don't know if they did the same. But did Proline send you a copy of the results?
Yes.
Because they sent them to me.
65-35, right?
Yeah, but if you really just want to quantify that into the actual number of people that voted.
Here we go.
I mean, you did have 1,136 people think that you built something that looked better.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
No, I mean, there was 2,100 people and 35 that thought.
Okay. Well, that puts things into perspective. That's not really all that many more.
That's like double as much. It really, it's like.
Well, if you're doing the math, it's not double.
Oh, it's almost double, is what I'm saying. Because it's like 1,100 versus 2,100. So, yeah, it's like almost double.
Anyway, yeah. A lot of people from Texas and Florida.
J.R. Lawson donated. I appreciate it. He says, thanks for the great show. I'd rather give you guys money than buy flying cars.
It looks like I got more than the actual one donation, but I can't. For the chat, didn't them all. But
Go
thank you
to
guys.
viewer activity on the.
There we go. Brent Hevner. I want to see Josh work on the Gen 8 some more. Pure Schadenfreude. That's great. You know what Schadenfreude is, right?
No.
Getting joy out of other people's displeasure.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That was honestly, that was a good stream on Friday. I'm going to say, like,
Yeah.
to go through that thing. That
thing was a disaster.
It really was.
Oh, and J.R. Lawson also sent me $5. Thanks for the great show. I'd rather give you guys money than buy flying cars. So good. Sometimes keeping it simple is best. You're right, Moose Jaw. I may have, like I said in our video last week, I may have overcooked that design.
Left it in there a little too long.
Maybe too many teal things.
You had people until the teal, like, I don't know about all that teal color.
Yeah, hey, hold on a second. Is that puce or teal? Thank you very much for the donations, guys. Very kind. Very, very kind.
Well, it's been a great show.
It has been. Chris Hemistorm de Graaf. What a guy. Always nice to see him, talk to him. And, Tony sent me $10 of sympathy money. Thank you, Tony. Tony, you'll be happy to know I bought one of your shirts.
What do you know? What a guy.
Yes. I spent my own money on a t-shirt from another YouTube celebrity. But thanks, everybody. We're going to wrap this one up.
Yep. Great
We'll be
stuff.
back, though. We'll do it again next Wednesday.
This is
Why
6
not?
months.
Oh, my God.
26, half a year. 26 weeks.
I never thought it would go on this long.
I don't know. Have we missed one?
No.
We didn't.
Every
We haven't.
Wednesday.
That,
Every Wednesday.
That is consistency. That's not easy to do.
It's like, hey, why don't we do some sort of dumb live stream thing where we talk to each other on each other's channel, and maybe people will watch because they need a distraction.
Yeah, you know, people are bored right now. Okay, let's try it.
Judge just said, since Trujillo isn't on tonight, I'll say it for him. Is this show still on?
Is this just still on?
Tony said, does that Adayot shirt come with angry eyes? No, but I could draw them on pretty easily.
Yeah, it's just a shirt. Put like, sad eyes on it the other way. Just
Yeah, hang on. Real quick before everybody. I got some, luckily I have some tape handily here. And I just cut out some circles real quick. Man, I wish I had a circle drawer right now.
yeah, dude, have you not seen this thing? They're available.
Uh-huh.
Like you could just take it and figure out what size by just you turn the one side and then that's gonna be a weird screenshot.
Josh playing with his circle thingy.
On my chest.
Josh is playing with this thingy again. Hang on, almost done.
Yeah. Nipple clamp.
There. That's not very good.
Yeah.
The shirt's way bigger than I thought it was. That's a huge nipple clamp. Which way do they go to be angry? This way?
Yes. Wait. Yeah. In.
There we go. Sorry, I don't know. I don't have an angry grill on my truck. Get out of my way. I am aggressive. All right.
Done.
Good night, everybody.
Good night
Thanks for
to all.
watching.
Thank you.
See you later.